Children are our collective future, and it is this future that we need to strengthen. In the last few years, there is an increased emphasis to ensure that every child in India has an access to quality education. The government of Gujarat has been endeavoring to take the light of knowledge to every remote village and leave no child untouched. Today, there are 37,501 primary schools in Gujarat with about 82,53,641 students. The enrollment rate has grown to an impressive 94%, and the dropout rate is reduced to 20%. Even as the numbers are remarkable, it is the quality of education that is a major concern. An evaluation study conducted by the Gujarat State Council of Educational Research and Training revealed that only 40% of students achieved a 50% level of learning. For a state that aims to have 100% literacy by 2010, this was no good news.
MHRD has instructed all states of India that quality education is to be focused under 11th 5-year plan. Under 10th 5-year plan, we were focusing infrastructure for the elementary schools. But now under 11th plan, quality is a major concern for all of us. And for that, we are working with CARE India Gujarat chapter for 207 schools of Kutch, Surendranagar, Patan and Rajkot districts.
To address this dire need, CARE India, under its Sustain Nutrition, Education, Health and Livelihood program, SNEHAL, collaborated with the government's Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan SSA program to improve the quality of education. Thus, SNELEAP was born. Called Learning Enhancement Academic Program, SNELEAP's objective was to enhance the learning achievement of children in classes 1 to 4 by creating enabling environments of teaching and learning, on-site support to teachers, and strengthening teacher-community relationships in schools.
For this school improvement program was conceptualized by CARE and CARE's educational teams in Delhi, and we identified 207 model cluster schools in the educationally backward districts under NPGA, and they are in 4 districts: Patan, Surendranagar, Rajkot and Kutch.
SNELEAP, through its efforts, reaching out to 42,394 children from classes 1 to 4 through 953 teachers.
एंश्योर करसु चिल्ड्रन पार्टिसिपेशन અને ચાઇલ્ડ ટીચર રિલેશન બરાબર છે હવે એ રીતે આપણે
The intervention was structured in the initial planning at the apex level itself. A universally applicable action plan dwelt on curriculum development and effective grouping of children. Keen deliberations were made on classroom transaction methodology, models for usage of school assembly, and extracurricular activities for enhanced learning were developed too. SSA officials and school management cadres were sensitized towards adopting newer perspectives as well through training cluster coordinators and education supervisors of these blocks. SNELEAP also reaches out to about 2,000 surrounding primary schools and 7,800 teachers through its off-site approach.
We will try that our students reach top 10 and hope that CARE India will help us achieve that.
These blueprints of a novel approach were carried out by the catalysts of this change, known as Snehamitras, or School Improvement Coordinators in schools. Each of these processes were discussed with the teachers and modified to suit the local needs.
As I come regularly, people in the village ask if I am a teacher. I tell them that though I am not a teacher myself, I come here to help the teachers, to make sure that children attend school regularly, practice good hygiene, see that teachers provide activity-based lessons, and so on.
These resourceful change agents led by example, yet encouraged and made opportunities for individual improvisation. With their support and guidance, the teachers of these schools were ready to implement at the school level.
As we started our visits, we observed the morning assembly first, noticed various activities in the assembly, and even met the teachers.
Snehamitras provided regular on-site support to teachers to ensure an enabling learning environment. They also assisted teachers in organizing morning assemblies. These assemblies became a platform for students to build their confidence, self-esteem, and strengthen teacher-student relationships. Students read out stories, recited poems, etc. This simple activity boosted their confidence and helped improve learning.
We were provided guidance regarding everything from cleanliness, morning assembly, lesson plans, to timetables and groupings. We were even shown how to teach a lesson through demonstrations.
આપણે એ પ્લાનને 6 દિવસનો ઢાળવાનો છે અને વિવિધ પ્રવૃત્તિઓ અંદર જોઈન્ટ કરવાની છે, બરાબર, જોડવાની છે. તો આપણે
એના અનુસંધાનમાં કોઈ પ્રવૃત્તિ છે, પછી કોઈ ગીત છે, આ કાવ્ય છે એટલે આપણે એના સમકક્ષ કોઈ બીજા કાવ્ય હોય, વાર્તા હોય તો આપણે
SICs facilitated teachers regularly to develop lesson plans, timetables, and strengthen classroom processes.
બીજું કોઈ કાવ્ય કે જે રમકડા વેચતા હોય અથવા તો બીજું કંઈ વેચતા હોય એવા કાવ્ય. મજાની પેલી ડુગડુગિયા વાળી આવી, મજાની પેલી ડુગડુગિયા વાળી આવી, મજાની પેલી ડુગડુગિયા વાળી આવી.
Introduction to various learner-centric tools allowed teachers to get creative and initiate fun and interactive ways like group learning activities, library visits, etc. that made teaching and learning joyful.
અભિનય કરો, TLM બનાવો, બાળકો પાસે ગીત
I act, prepare TLM, make children sing, ask them questions, and then slowly proceed towards the actual subject.
આગળ વધો.
Meanwhile, CARE consciously worked on utilizing all available resources to the maximum. The Nyay Panchayat Resource Center Coordinator was actively involved at every level. Naturally, NPRC became an integral part of the academic support. Capacity building of cluster resource center coordinators led to the filtering of good practices from MCS to other schools in the cluster.
પે સેન્ટર શાળાના આચાર્યોની જ્યારે મીટિંગ થાય ત્યારે મહિના દરમિયાન મેં લીધેલી શાળાઓની મુલાકાત.
During my visits to the Snail schools, I observed many good activities going on with the support of Snehamitras.
એમાં શું પરિવર્તન છે?
I discussed the good practices during my monthly meetings with the school principals at block level
આચાર્યો જ્યારે
and asked them to replicate the same in their schools
એજન્ડા દ્વારા
and also issue the required circulars to implement them in the surrounding schools.
એવા પ્રયત્નો કર્યા છે.
Seminars were conducted for parents and the community to emphasize their integral role in the child's progress. The last seminar witnessed over 16,000 community members and parents.
પેલા ગમતું જ નહોતું એને. હા એટલે બેનું કે ભાઈ વટશે કે માસ્તર વટશે કે બેનું વટશે.
Earlier, he didn't like coming to school. Said he was afraid that his teacher will beat him up. We had to come to drop him to school. But now, he happily comes to school himself.
હવે તો ખુશીથી આવે.
My teacher teaches very well, so I like coming here.
We have bhajans, rhymes, discussions, news, acting. I want to become a police officer and beat up criminals.
બાળકો માટે અમે એટલું વિચારીએ છીએ કે એમનું છોકરાઓ
We try that the children get better education
અને છોકરાઓ કેમ
and have a great future ahead.
પ્રયત્ન કરીએ છીએ.
The last and most critical part of the process was to assess the impact. Since the endeavor was to enhance the qualitative aspects of education, social audit was the most appropriate mechanism of assessment. The implications on the various stakeholders were obvious. Parents took the responsibility of sending their children, especially girls, to school, and community leaders took initiatives to fulfill infrastructural requirements in schools.
ધારો કે કોઈ પણ બાળક અનિયમિત છે તો
A child who is irregular might not listen to his teacher, but is often convinced to go to school by people from his own community. That's a benefit we can see.
બેનિફિટ જોવા મળે છે.
To promote the learning at child-appropriate levels, the groups are formed based on learning assessment. Children are assessed on a continuous basis, and a record is also maintained to track the change in learning levels of each child. Overall, children assessment is also conducted to evaluate the impact of all these changes at the year end. The result of the last 2 years have shown a positive change, viewed as a transformation in these schools, and is rolling further for institutionalization. The challenges ahead are equally beckoning. It is important now to take the learnings of this initiative further to other parts of the state as well. These model cluster schools are role models for the surrounding schools, and hence to scale up the impact and have a long-term effect, sharing its experiences and expertise with them.
If CARE India agrees with us, we would like to extend this program for 2,000 schools in this current financial year, that is 2008-9.
Having discussed with the government of Gujarat, there is a complete support from them. And having discussed with them, we also want to show how do we replicate these lessons, how do we scale up the whole effort at the level of the state government. And probably I think this is one way we would like to orient all the district education officers of all the districts at the state level in order to scale up the impact of the program.
Snehaleep has shown a new direction. It has proven beyond doubt that education of our children is not just about theories and statistics. It is about active involvement and novel approaches. It is about covering the distance from unawareness to literacy, to education and knowledge. It is about the commitment to usher in a brighter, stronger, and more aware generation.